What's going on, everyone? Dick here, and we're back with another episode of the JDA show. It's been a while since we've talked to everyone. Hope everyone's being safe, being healthy. Andy, Jesse, what's going on? How you guys doing?
What's going on, everybody?
Good.
Hanging in there? Another day.
I guess so, yeah.
Another day.
Yeah.
So, today's episode, we're going to hop in. We haven't talked since Gronk was traded to the Buccaneers. Going to do some draft talk. Are going to talk about UFC 249, which is just hours away. We're going to get into a conversation about sports returning. We're going to talk about the 30 for 30, The Last Dance, which is coming out every Sunday. And then we're going to end things off with maybe some off-topic conversation. So, Rob Gronkowski was traded for a fourth-round pick. Do you like that return? Are you content with that return?
I don't love it. I think his value is definitely a little higher than a fourth-round pick, but given the circumstances, I would say I'm content with that.
We weren't going to have Gronk back anyways, so
Yeah.
It's basically a free pick.
Yep.
And if you think about it, a guy who's a year removed from football, who's a walking injury, whatever. I wasn't. What were you going to get? What else were you going to get from him?
I wouldn't have mind seeing Belichick try and hold off and try and get a third-round pick, but Gronk actually did them a favor by letting them know he wanted to be trading, because if he had just come out of retirement, that $10 million he's owed would have gone right on the books, and we would have been way over the cap. So if Belichick really wanted to, really go back and forth and negotiate with the Bucs, if Gronk came out of retirement, he would have had to move a bunch of money around. So, Gronk did them at least a good service there. I think I'm concerned curious if fans are going to hold, resentment towards him for leaving.
I know they are. I already know a couple of them.
Are you?
No,
you don't care.
I could give less of a
I
shit.
feel like that.
He wasn't going to come play for the Patriots anyways, and if he was going to come back, I don't really care about watching Rob Gronkowski with Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, it's not like he was going to save this team or
help us
anything.
win another game or something. I get that would have been great for Jarrett Stidham's first year development, but
tight end is a quarterback.
At the same time, dude, there's no way that Gronk's playing a full season anyways.
There was no way he was ever going to come back to the Patriots. But I understand if fans are going to hold resentment towards him.
I guess I get it. I understand, but I don't know.
He's running away to Florida with Brady. He's just running away.
I can't buy into that. I think that's
cheap. No resentment over here on my part.
I feel like Patriots fans don't have any room to be spiteful or resentful in any sort of way. Brady and Gronk can go do it's next
their
chapter,
time.
You know? They were gonna even if Gronk came back with Brady, that would have been maybe interesting to see. But I don't know. This team looked pretty sorry last year, and
I just think it comes down to it was a Belichick thing.
Yeah.
Neither of them wanted to play for Belichick anymore.
It's exhausting after 8 years for Gronk or more.
Maybe 8's right, but
and
20
Brady.
for Brady.
But I don't. How is it that after 20 years you're like, okay, now I'm done? You know what I mean?
Probably
how do you
because
put up
he
with
is
him for
starting to see
20
that
years?
Winding down,
I think there was a lot of pressure from the wife. I think Brady has been a changed man.
You think
from Giselle?
Well, you think she wanted to go live in the warm weather?
I just think that she.
Maybe that's kind of similar
I don't
to
think she
native
liked.
Brazil.
I do not think she liked Massachusetts whatsoever.
Yeah, maybe Benny wanted to go down there too.
Benny wanted to be closer to Disney World.
Brady, he's turned into he's a weirdo.
He's a weirdo. Sorry. He's always been a weirdo.
I don't think I talked to you about this, but do you find it weird? On his Instagram story last week, he posted a video. I'm gonna go there. Of his daughter. I don't know how old his daughter is, 8. And
she's younger than 8. I think she's 5, 6.
Yeah, okay.
But with no shirt on, jumping into the pool. Isn't that kind of weird as a celebrity to put that on social media?
No, it's not.
How is it not?
I shook my head at it.
If she's 8 or 9, then maybe. But if she's a 5-year-old little girl, I think she's
older than 5.
Shut up.
What do you mean? Dude, it's weird. You're a celebrity and you're posting that shit on Instagram. And then
what?
And then Giselle,
it's
I swear,
fucking little girl.
Okay, you're trying to make it weird now. It doesn't have
you
to be
made
weird.
it weird.
No, I'm just pointing out something I saw that seemed a little weird. I'm not. He toned down one of his sons.
He's nitpicking.
No, I'm not. All right. But
for fuck's sake.
And then Giselle posted an Instagram picture that same day of her, Benny, and whatever the girls.
And she was topless?
Yes.
Wait, Giselle was?
Yeah, I believe
really?
In the picture, she looked like she had no top on in the picture.
It.
I'm not making this up. I will get the picture.
That's where you were going with that? I thought you were going to say she was the Oh my god, I can't even talk.
No, you're good.
Never mind.
But
Well, whatever, RJ. I mean, the human body is a very natural thing.
my main point is, she's just earthy, crunchy.
They are
She's turned
weird,
Brady.
man.
Brady came
I
in.
like Brady for his weirdness. I was starting to appreciate that weird side of
You're
him.
a hippie yourself, you know?
You're more of a hippie, but that's a different story.
But just because I don't shower every day, I'm a hippie.
Came in holding hands with Oprah. This guy went on Oprah, and they were holding hands. That was awesome.
Wait,
Brady,
you didn't get
Brady-
the goosebumps when he was walking down the aisle with Oprah?
Brady
No, I
walked
can't
down
say I
an
got any
aisle
type of chills.
holding hands with Oprah?
Yeah, before an interview.
and then she asked
When
him
was
about,
this?
like 2 years ago, and she asked him
Little
about Bill
fake
Belichick, and she said like Bill Belichick, and he was like, I love him, like talking about Bill Belichick. It was just
He was talking very soft. There's a lot of,
He
Feminine
doesn't
people
even
in the
seem
room.
like a real person.
Peyton
Like,
Manning more relatable than him.
I love Peyton. I think Peyton Manning's
I
hilarious.
mean, no one would have ever said Peyton wasn't, like, funnier or, like, more personal than Brady this whole
Other
time.
than the time he put his balls on some trainer's head.
Who,
But,
Peyton did that?
yeah, Tennessee.
As
That's
a
like
joke?
a real scandal.
I thought
He was lifting.
I thought Roethlisberger.
Oh, it wasn't as a joke.
No, it was.
It was
like
a female?
no.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
this is
bad.
a real scandal. She was
Not that
lifting
that's
weights.
a funny joke, even
No.
if it wasn't.
And I'm not like trying to make a joke out of
No,
that.
I know,
either.
I know.
But like, yeah, and he came over and like
Cloth him?
Yeah,
Jesus,
like, yeah,
Peyton.
bad, and he does steroids
Yikes.
too. But back to Gronk, he barely over a year ago was crying about concussions, saying that football took the joy away in his life, and here we are a year later, and you're already back. And for everyone that really has severe
he knows that they can
just
just go and pal around in Tampa and fucking, walk through. It's time. They're two Hall of Famers.
Practices over there are going to be like walkthroughs in New England.
Yeah,
like,
they don't.
But if you have that many issues about your brain, why are you there playing?
maybe
And
that's... He forgot that he said
he's
he
unable
retired
to make
because of the
a cognitive decision.
Yeah.
My issue with him is he was crying. I think the tears were genuine, but he was using the whole concussion storyline to try and sell his fucking CBD products. And I don't take CT lightly. I just watched the
Or maybe to
Seau
make
30
it-
for 30, and seeing what that did to him, to Junior Seau, and that
Yeah.
30 for 30 was terrifying.
You think he put on a face and an act to try to sell his product?
I think that the tears were genuine, but I just think to like keep pushing the whole concussion, the whole CTE, like the CBD helps me with it, and the comeback over a year is a bad look. You don't look good. I just don't think that looks good.
No, I guess.
That's
yeah,
how
you
I
got to
feel.
do it. You got to make,
You think he's gonna light it up down there? Him and Brady?
No, I think he's going to play 5 games, get hurt. He's going to miss probably 4 games, come back. He's still going to be dealing with an injury all season long. I mean, I don't know. He's still Gronk. Like it'll be exciting to watch the two of them together.
I think he's. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think he's gonna kill it when he gets the ball, but his numbers are obviously gonna be down. That offense is so loaded.
Yeah,
I mean, he might be the third guy in the pecking order. Not that it's not, he's Brady's guy, but
I mean,
but again, Brady's also not airing the ball out to Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
I feel like he's gonna have to make a change in his game and air the ball out
he's
because
gonna-
that's a big part of that
Dude,
offense.
I don't know if he's got the arm strength anymore.
I think he's got the arm strength still.
from what I've heard, what Bruce Arians has said, that they're not exactly adopting Brady's offense. They're going to kind of like mesh it, but the guy's 42.
Yeah,
They're
he'll
gonna
be
be
40,
still
he'll be
get the ball
43.
down.
Yeah,
field.
but I feel like for the most part, you have to kind of accommodate to your quarterback. Like it's a
Sure, and you
quarterback
can't
league.
risk him getting, waiting for you to get downfield to get nailed in the pocket. But like,
Right.
that offense really does rely on the deep ball like that. So
Winston
it's
was
gonna.
just slinging the ball down.
You're gonna.
Season.
I bet you're gonna see a lot of play action, especially if you're gonna have Gronk and Howard out there at the same time for blocking.
And Cameron Brate is good too.
Yeah, I mean,
They have all 3 of those tight ends.
Yeah. I mean, they look like they were going to cut O.J. Howard too, and they just picked up
I would
his
have left
option.
New England to get him if he had left.
He's a first-round pick. He hasn't exactly done much in the league.
No, but he's got the body to be
take a
great
first-round
tight end.
flyer on a guy like that, and I think Gronk's going to be better than he was his last year in New England because I think all the weapons they have down there is going to kind of open things up for him.
It's
So
only
that's
going to do
That's
that.
where I go with it.
Yeah, I mean, that offense seems impossible to defend against.
I mean, yeah. And even if these guys do run less deep routes, it's not like they can't, run routes solid and adapt.
They've improved their offensive line too. They traded up in that first round to get, I don't know what the lineman's name was, to go get a left tackle for Brady. So they're trying to get him protection.
Yeah, I saw that. You know who Jason Peters is, the long-time
Yeah,
Eagle.
he's looking to
you
come
saw
back.
he's training.
Did you see those? He was
Yeah,
moving pretty
he was,
fast.
He
It was
was
kind of like a weird type of
it
like
was
hype
odd little-
video. He was like out in like some random field.
doing the
Whatever those are called.
ladder exercises.
So we just kind of hinted at the draft. How do you feel about the Patriots draft?
How about you tell us how you feel to start off?
So,
because I see you got some more.
Yeah, I got some
I
notes. If I had to give it an early letter grade, I'd give it a C-. I like that the Patriots, or I should say Belichick, tried to fill the holes, fill the voids that we have at linebacker, tight end. However, I don't like that he continued to. That's what his issue. He reaches for guys. He takes guys and you don't have to take them. And he's struggled the last 4 or 5 years.
He takes 4th, 5th round talents in the 3rd round.
Do you think that you've been struggling so much drafting that you could just take the guy on the top of the board? Last time we had the episode,
the surefire.
Yeah, the two guys that
take the best player available.
Were like 2 of the top guys, and they were there for him. And once again, he took tight end from UCLA, tight end from Virginia,
the D2 safety.
That's the biggest issue I have. That kid
probably could have lasted to the 6th round.
Like like you said, D2.
Yeah,
and I understand Chung and McCourty are getting older, but really,
we're still all right in the secondary right now.
You've got both McCourty brothers, Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, Chung. Could you have drafted a safety in the 4th or 5th round? And I just think, once again, you're reaching on guys. And I just think it was just a big fuck you to everybody. Hey, you don't think I draft well? I'm going to draft exactly how I've drafted before.
Yeah, I'm going to take a D2 safety and then a punter in the 5th round.
I don't think he's doing it in spite of everyone.
No,
I think he's just sticking to what he knows and what he thinks he's doing best. I believe that Belichick believes that he's doing everything he can to make the team as good as it can be. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's right.
Those guys had to have shown him something serious, or the coaches that they played for had to have told Belichick some serious stuff for him to go out and draft.
Right.
Like the D2 safety, there's got to be something special about the kid that nobody knows, you know?
Yeah, it's not like Belichick's scouting all these guys himself and making these decisions himself. I mean, he's got a whole team of guys who work for him.
Yeah,
if they disagree with him.
His dog Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'll give it a C, B-, C. They got.
C-.
I would have liked to see them. Maybe they did get 2 offensive linemen.
Your boy Thaddeus Moss went undrafted too.
Yeah, he got signed. I think
the Skins. I think he went to the Skins.
Yeah, that's right.
He slid. I was a little high on him, probably because of the name more than anything.
I also would have liked to maybe see him go after that Hart kid, the quarterback from where did he play?
Hart or Love?
Love, that's right.
Jordan Love, the one that went to the
Green
Packers?
Bay.
Yeah.
I loved seeing Green Bay do that, by the way. Big fuck you to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's just, player before team is how he acts.
Conspiracy theorists are already saying that Rodgers might go down, and then that kid will take over, and then next year Rodgers will come and play for the Patriots.
That would be pretty cool.
He could never last playing for Bill Belichick.
I think would be. I think he may be an asshole, but he's smart enough to change his ways.
What do you think Bill Belichick does to these players? You think he brands their ass and cracks a whip?
The best.
Whatever. He's a miserable
Brady
prick.
didn't want to play for him anymore. I mean, you really has this. Rodgers is a weird cat. The dude has no relationship with his family. He's weird, dude. He's just
dated a lot of celebrity females.
He's a dick. He's a dick, and
he does seem like a douche.
He doesn't do, and everyone thought it was Mike McCarthy's fault why they were struggling. And I get they made it to the NFC Championship game, but he does the same shit. He was horrible in the NFC Championship game, where he rolls around and just fucking launches it off his back foot. Can you stay in the pocket and just make the easy throw, which is what an offense is set up to be. When you have a play, you want him to make the easy throw. Don't run around, scramble around like a moron, and just launch the ball.
I'm still
down the field.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Cam Newton's still available. I would love to see the Pats bring him in still. And people were saying that they don't think he would sign if he wasn't a starter, but he did say he would be a backup. So, why not?
That's another thing. They didn't draft a quarterback, and I think a lot of people thought they were going to draft it. And Jacob Eason was there late, and Jake Fromm was there late, and Jake Fromm ended up going to Buffalo in the 5th round. And I would not be surprised if that guy ends up taking over for Josh Allen, because Josh Allen blows.
Oh, shut up! Josh Allen's going to be
the AFC East quarterback of the year.
Yeah.
You know what? Next episode, I'm just going to bring up all of his stats that are bottom 25. That he's 25 through 32.
Yeah, he's a middle of the road, a little below average passer early in his career.
He's a back end quarterback.
And he's the second best running quarterback in the league.
Yeah. He's got a good arm. Huge hands.
Who cares about a running quarterback? How long did those guys last?
Oh, I don't know. Lamar Jackson just had a historic
season.
He does not run like Lamar Jackson.
Okay, but I'm just saying that there's a place for it in the NFL.
Yeah. It's all right. This year will be telling, and we'll be able to check back on this topic and see who is a little more.
I cannot wait to see the Bills raise an AFC East banner.
Wow.
Cannot wait.
That's just, you're so negative, dude. Like, that's so anti of you.
I think that they're going to do it, but I'm not excited.
People say I'm negative, but
No,
if you saw my
I'm
tweet, I am going 10-6, winning the division.
10-6, man.
10-6.
You had some weird picks on that.
I could see 9-7 or 10-6, but I'm going to have them as a wild card team, no matter what.
I can see like 8-8, 7-9.
If the Bills went, what'd they go? 11-5 last year, or 10-6?
Probably
11-5, I think.
I think it was 11-5 too.
Yeah, we
Either
barely
way, if
won.
they
the
went
division.
11-5 with that roster, and all they did, they get a second year or third year Allen now, and Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
You know, I like their odds.
I don't, because the quarterback, like
You
I
want
said.
to place a bet on it right now?
Wait,
We
did the
said-
Bills sign Melvin? Who
Did we-
did Melvin
did we say
Gordon go
Denver?
to? Denver, yeah.
We said we were going to bet on it.
Yeah,
right?
we see like
What
a
was-
steak dinner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Who's going to win? We'll go to...
Well, how about another steak dinner? How about
All
two
right, so
steak
2.
dinners now?
We'll go to, what's that place in MGM? Chandelier or the
I'm
Chandler?
not going there. That
Why?
place is going to open up for who knows when.
Yeah, but this bet's not going to get...
I want to go to Outback.
Outback?
Yeah. How about I get to pick one? You can pick one.
Yeah, we're going to
Go
the
Outback.
MGM. We're going to the Chandler.
Some garlic herbata.
Outback, Longhorn, and Texas Roadhouse are probably your top 3
Texas
there.
Roadhouse gives me.
I want
Diarrhea.
a nice $100 piece of steak.
Oh,
that you're gonna pay
$100
for.
piece of steak.
Go
Yep.
to the Federal in Agawam.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. If there's no money limit, then
Yeah, I said.
all right. Then
We're
we
gonna
might go to New York City.
We'll dress up real nice, and you'll pay for the bill
I'm gonna.
after the Patriots
All
in
right,
the
deal.
division.
Jesse,
okay.
you want to come? You have to buy your own food.
No, I don't want to come.
Hey, I was almost right about my Andy Dalton take too, except for the fact they didn't come to the Patriots.
It looked like it was all falling
So
together.
close. You were
I
just
was
so
like,
close.
oh, this is falling together perfectly. Patriots didn't draft a quarterback. The Bengals cut him right after the draft, and here come the Cowboys out of nowhere.
Yeah,
which
right?
it does make kind of sense because Prescott still hasn't signed that
Right.
tag or tender, whatever you want to call it. I was like, man, I'm going to
Yeah,
get
but
this
Jerry
one right.
Jones would be a fucking idiot to let Prescott walk, and then all of a sudden let Andy Dalton step into the starting role there.
But are you going to pay Prescott, like, remember we talked about this, like, episodes ago, how he wants, like, 35 or 40 million?
Whatever. At this point, I would be like, you know what, just pay him.
No,
Shut up.
he's going to
Give him
the,
the
what,
Yeah,
I think
honestly.
is going to happen, he's going to cave at the last minute like he caved with Elliott, who, like, was in, what, Bermuda or the Bahamas or something, like, a week before the start of the season.
Come on, pretty much.
Yeah, and then he just showed up and played. So I think Jones is going to,
Roll over again.
late, though. Like,
Yeah.
late August. I mean, you can't really do that with a quarterback, but maybe that's why they brought Andy Dalton in, because they're comfortable with him being the placeholder.
Honestly, if there's any owner to kind of be like, fuck you, go play somewhere else then. See if somebody else gives you $36 million. I'm gonna start the Red Rocket. It might be Jerry Jones,
Yeah.
and I would actually be a little, I'd kind of like to see the Red Rocket in that.
See what he could do. Maybe he's just been. He's never had a good coach with Cincinnati. Marvin Lewis was a bum, and he was there for.
But he was successful.
He
You know
had
what I
some
mean? Like,
receivers.
but he's been a starting quarterback for 15 years. Like
15?
No, he hasn't been
Like
that long.
10, right? 10, 11?
He's like 31 or something like that. So 10. Marvin Lewis was a coach for like 15 or 16 years.
Is that true?
Dalton's only like 31 or 32, I think.
I thought he was older than that.
But talking about NFC East teams, a pick that I saw a couple weeks ago was Jalen Hurts to the Eagles.
The
They
weirdest
have
pick.
Carson Wentz. So it's like, are they using him? Is he going to be their backup? Or are they going to kind of try and use him like New Orleans uses Taysom
I heard
Hill?
they're going to try and do that. They said they're going to run 2 quarterback set a lot, which is...
Listen,
that
and
Eagles team is a joke, dude.
I like Carson Wentz, but I understand you need a good insurance policy. The
Wentz
guy
is
gets hurt
bad.
every year.
I
than
wish
Goff,
I
though.
wish
Better than Jared Goff.
I had this list of stats. He's 7-20 versus teams that are over 500 in his career. 0 playoff wins and like 8 starts.
Let me guess where you saw that. Did you see that under a reply of like a tweet?
Why? Did you
'cause
maybe see the same thing and someone fact checked it?
Every tweet I've been seeing by Barstool or ESPN,
Oh, yes,
this
the guy random.
under-
Yeah, I
he's
actually
like
did.
shits all over Wentz. The same tweet in the replies, and then he goes, "Oh, Nick Foles," like trying to. Talk
Oh yeah,
about
Nick Foles was 20 and 5 in the
everyone's
same role.
On there, it's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like
Yeah.
he does it under every single page.
Why the hell did I think Andy Dalton played for 15 years?
Yeah,
So what did it say when you looked it
I
up?
mean, he started in 2011.
yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Team that I did, Denver picked up a couple good wide receivers.
They end up getting Jerry Jeudy.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. And they need a receiver.
He was the best receiver out of this draft. He could be like a Julio Jones type. He's really
with Cortland Sutton too. Coming off a good year.
Hey, and that quarterback, Drew Lock, he can sling the ball.
He showed.
I mean, I don't like him ever since he had that video of him rapping on the sidelines came out.
Put on by Young I like that. I love that song. I was all.
You liked that video?
I did. Yeah.
Dude, he looks like such a dipshit in that video.
Such a dork.
If we're being honest,
first of all, he looks like an 8-year-old.
Hey, listen, if we're being honest, when I saw that video, I had been drinking. I think I had just left here, and I think I replied on Twitter
like, "Yeah!"
I was like, "MVP next season confirmed."
Oh god!
But
delete that.
That's another thing. The draft was so deep with receivers, and all these experts were saying, even if a lot of these receivers aren't, like a Randy Moss, a T.O., a lot of these guys can come in their rookie year and have an impact.
Yeah.
And the Patriots don't take a single one.
Well, they just don't know how to draft receivers.
Go grabbing it.
They don't draft well. That's probably why Belichick is now completely gun shy, seeing what N'Keal Harry did last year.
Hey, I'm still not giving up on Harry.
No, maybe it had a lot to do with the fact that Brady didn't want to work with him, and that he wasn't good at working with the young guys. So you're going to find out. So, a few hours away from UFC. So finally some sports to watch.
Yes. Well, Korean baseball's been around, but...
Did you watch any of that?
No, I didn't.
I almost stayed up
and
bet on it.
I was getting Snapchats of it.
But I didn't end up staying up.
You guys go on this. I'm going to go wee-wee.
All right,
you get out of here. Take your time. So, a fight that I'm most looking forward tonight is for the Bantamweight Championship. Dominic Cruz versus Henry Cejudo. Ooh. That's going to be a good fight. Cejudo's back. Dominic Cruz is back. He hasn't fought since December of 2016 when he lost to Cody Garbrandt, which is the same night where Ronda Rousey fought last. So that's how bad.
And for those of you who don't really know much about Dominic Cruz, this is a guy who's been in and out of the bantamweight division for as long as I can remember following the UFC now. He's dealt with numerous injuries, but one thing is a lot of people consider him the best bantamweight of all time. People do. Yeah. Whether it's talent or accolades.
It's him and Dillashaw both up there.
And one didn't cheat.
Yeah, so Dillashaw with a huge 2-year suspension.
Cruz is he's an all-time fighter, and he's coming back. He's been in the booth for this whole time he's been off.
Yeah.
RJ, you're taking Cruz here?
I am taking Cruz. I think it's a bad matchup for Cejudo. I think Cruz is bigger. And Cruz's fight style, he scores points. He stays on the outside. Not the most exciting style, but he's shown that it works. He's beaten everybody with it. He beat Faber with it twice. Your guy,
my
Faber.
guy, the California kid.
Yeah, Mr. Butt Chin.
Who did Cejudo just beat that we were watching at Hooters, I believe? Maybe that's not the last time he fought.
Maybe I wasn't there, but did he beat Marlon Moraes his last time?
That's not the one I'm thinking of. Maybe did he fight? He didn't fight Aldo, did he? He did fight Aldo.
You're thinking of when he beat Demetrius Johnson. I think we were at Hooters watching that. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
But yes,
I knew that wasn't his last fight, but
Cejudo was a double champion. They just recently stripped the flyweight belt from him. So this is going to be his first title defense at bantamweight.
And it's a tough fight, man, for him.
And he was supposed to fight Aldo originally, and then Aldo got hurt. Aldo should have never gotten that fight anyways.
For those of you who don't know Cejudo, also, he is also a gold medalist?
Yeah, I believe
Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. And
is there a fight you're looking forward to?
I mean,
it's a loaded card.
It's a loaded card. I am looking forward to seeing if Greg Hardy can get a W tonight. But I mean, the fight I'm really looking forward to is Ferguson Gaethje, which is the one most people are probably looking forward to for the lightweight interim.
Yep.
Lightweight interim belt.
If the name Greg Hardy rang any bells, you'd know he used to play, was it defensive end?
Defensive end for the Cowboys and a little bit Panthers.
He's fighting? Yeah, tonight on the main card.
Yeah,
and he obviously was kicked out of the league or suspended. Or the Cowboys
he had issues with domestic violence. Well, he was a domestic abuser.
Yeah, I think
it's not he had issues with domestic violence.
It's like Waterboy, where he visualizes and attacks. He pictures his wife standing on the other side of that octagon.
Ex-wife, I hope.
But ex-wife. His last fight, he won. This was in Boston, too. Yep. He won by decision or something like that. But then the Massachusetts Athletic Commission overturned it because between rounds, he has asthma. He uses inhaler during the middle of a fight, which you can't do because you're pumping oxygen into your lungs. And then the fight got overturned. Then it was like a no contest or something, which... Who the fuck uses an inhaler during the middle of the fight?
He claimed, I'm sure they didn't know, and he claimed that they didn't know. But, how dumb can you be, man? You got to know that that's, a
very
obvious
dumb,
advantage.
Fucking geek ass. I would have beat him up right there too.
Yeah, you probably would have.
Shoved him into a locker.
Do you have any? I know you've been talking about some bets we place. Is there any fights you see as like a lock or a pick that you're really confident? It could be even one of those prop bets you were looking at with the rounds. Under the rounds.
If I'm going to pick a fighter that I think is definitely going to win, look for Donald Cerrone to bounce back from his McGregor loss and beat the washed-up Anthony Pettis. It's kind of, one could say it's a battle of two washed-up fighters.
Yeah,
but I think
free fight on ESPN if you want to check it out.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I think he was out of his class fighting McGregor. I don't think he's as bad as that result showed. So yeah, I'll take Donald Cerrone there over Anthony Pettis.
And he's a plus fighter right now.
Won something, yeah.
There's a lot of plus money to be made on this fight, and maybe I'm just being hopeful. I'm trying to pay my rent this month, and I'm just trying to bet on all the underdogs.
It was kind of refreshing to get a text from mybookie.com. Being like, you want to put money down on this?
Yeah.
Did you?
They're like, we'll match $50. I'm like,
you should do it.
What?
I'm telling you, dude.
What are you doing?
Add some excitement to the night.
Get on it.
It'll be a good fight. There's good.
I think maybe I will. Yeah.
I think I'm going to make some money tonight.
Who's the guy to pick?
Well, there's
Cerrone?
a lot of different fights.
Cerrone?
You could definitely count on Cerrone being a pretty good bet. Not that he's definitely going to win by any stretch.
I'll go in my lock.
Yeah, let's hear your lock.
Michelle Watterson, plus 25 versus Carla Esparza. I think they're, 115?
Yep.
Carla Esparza barely fights anymore. I think Watterson is just above her.
The karate hottie.
Yeah, it's not the best matchup because I am a little worried that Esparza is just going to sit on her and just take her down.
She a big girl?
She's
She
not big,
acts
but
like
she's
it.
strong.
She fights
won the
like
Ultimate Fighter, the first ever women's. What the heck was that?
For fuck's sake.
That scared the hell out of me. But yeah, that's where I'm going. And I placed a bunch of parlays tonight, and I think there's a good amount of money to be made. I mean, I did a $50 parlay. No, not even 50. It was like 15 on 4 fighters, and it pays out like $500. It's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Just hope I get lucky. I never get lucky though. I usually
RJ's
I never walk out of these nights like, oh, I made some money. I'm gonna probably lose tonight, but I'm being very hopeful that I'm actually gonna get some luck on my side. Finally.
Why do you bother with the parlays then? Why don't you just actually?
I'm a sucker.
So
They are
you're like
sucker best, but they work sometimes.
I almost hit one here during Thursday Night Football, and I ripped my hand apart on that one bench because Greg Zuerlein missed that 40-yard field goal. Dude, I still kind of have scars on my knuckles from that. They were fucking ripped to shreds.
Oh, that was
The
great.
fucked up thing is, I had already lost my
great.
bet at that point, and low-key, I was like, God, he's going to miss this kick, isn't he? Because I just knew Andrew was going to react like that.
Great friend. Yeah, I hope he misses it. I would have won like $350, and I was drinking too. So
But you got to admit, it's so funny to watch somebody lose a big bet.
absolutely.
Like that. It is so fucking.
I
funny.
wanted you to win the money because it was you're still due.
Deep down, but there's the cynical.
There's a
part
silver
of me that's
lining.
Like,
I'm
that's
so
like,
mad.
This would be great if he doesn't hit it.
I was so mad and had such a good buzz going that I tried to punch a water jug and I just completely missed it and just grinded my knuckles into this
serrated edge of wood.
Yeah, and it was
As
just
rough cut piece
it
of
was
wood.
deep cuts into my knuckles.
Yeah.
So we kind of telling
funny.
you about it before about Fight Island. The UFC is now going to have literally Dana White bought an island just to have international fights because I believe isn't international traveling still banned?
Yeah.
In and out of the country, getting in and out.
They're just gonna go to Fight
So
Island.
they're going to go to Fight Island, and it's being built right now, and it's just going to
They're
be.
saying it's gonna be ready by the end of June, hopefully.
Yeah. And
Are they building an arena, like a stadium?
Yeah, so there's not going to be any fans. So they have what's called the UFC Apex Center, which is where when they have people come to Vegas. It's like a small. It literally is just a
They have
cage.
an octagon in there.
Yeah, it's just a
It's
cage.
like a gym,
it's like a training
pretty much.
facility. So they're going to build something like that, and they're going to have the fights there. And I'm sure they're building living compartments too. But this is literally just being built from scratch, and they're going to use that for all international fights until the international travel ban is lifted.
This should speak to how the UFC really is a growing sport and how much money they really do have that they're going to buy an island and build all this just for what could be like a 6-month hiatus of needing to use it.
And you have to respect the hustle of they're trying to be the first sport back.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
I got a little nervous last night with a guy testing positive for COVID-19, but hey, it's Florida. Anything goes in Florida. The show goes on.
On my way over, I was listening to ESPN radio, and the people hosting the show were kind of shitting on the fact that they're doing this, saying that they think it's a little insensitive and that it's a little too soon.
See, those people are going to
do Fight Island.
No, to fight tonight. To have fights in Florida tonight.
Those to me are the people that are uneducated.
There won't be anybody there, right?
There won't be anybody there other than the
Everybody
trainers.
was tested for COVID-19. Everybody else came back negative.
They're
so
like, just because they get tested
Shut
today, they're like, is this of any sport to come back one that's going to be sharing blood and saliva and sweat?
These are going to be
because all the winners take their victory trips to nursing homes after their fights, right?
Right.
Like, shut up.
Those are the type of people that are going to have an issue with anything at any point.
I don't agree with them.
No, I know.
I was just bringing it up.
But I guarantee I bet Adam Silver, I bet these other leagues are watching tonight to see how it goes.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I think they're losing money. They want to get back.
Yeah.
And speaking of Fight Island that we were just talking about.
Fight Island sounds fucking...
Dude, that is like what Mortal Kombat was like.
I was literally going to say, it sounds like...
Yes, it was like pretty much based on Fight Island.
Dude, they should just do like a battle royale, like all fighters are let loose on the island.
Can you imagine being a fighter? You just roll up to this weird fucking island and you're like, I'm about to do my job right now to go fight. I think it's cool.
It is cool.
And it's innovative too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go buy an island and we're just going to fight there until the ban's lifted.
No, that's good.
McGregor said he's watching tonight because he wants to come back either end of June or
fight
beginning of July.
Fight on Fight Island?
He can't travel into the country, so he wants to fight at Fight Island. And I think it would be so weird to see McGregor fight with no crowd.
Oh, but the whole world would be watching.
Yeah, they're going to kill pay-per-view numbers, especially with
they're going to kill him tonight, apparently.
Dude,
32 million unemployed, too.
I bet the ESPN numbers on for the prelims are going to be fucking crazy, dude. Like, there's nothing on. They have not...
Even people who don't even love mixed martial arts are going to be tuning in.
It's just something to watch.
Yep.
Speaking of McGregor, who do you think his next opponent's going to be? If you have a guy off the top of your head. If not, I got somebody in mind.
My first thought was Diaz McGregor 3, but I don't think that's it. I think he's actually going to man up and fight Masvidal, even though it's a horrible matchup. I think Masvidal's going to chirp him just enough where McGregor's like, fuck it, I'm going to do this.
I think he absolutely will fight Masvidal, but I think Dana White is afraid to make that fight
because he doesn't want his poster boy to get knocked
like
out.
Masvidal said, he's just too much man for him.
It's kind of true, but I believe in Mystic McGregor. You know, he's got that magical left hand. I think it would be a slugfest. Sure, Masvidal could probably eat McGregor's punches a little easier than the latter of that, but I think that would be a sick fight.
Yeah, I think
lead up to.
The fight that makes the most sense to me on like a shorter notice is Dustin Poirier, a rematch with him.
Great
Poirier's
fight too.
Unbooked.
The Diamond.
Poirier's had that huge win over Holloway. I know he lost to Khabib.
Yeah, everyone's gonna lose to Khabib.
Yeah, I mean,
for
like
the most
you can't
part.
really blame that on him. He lasted a few rounds.
You gotta, in my opinion, gotta get lucky to beat that fucking machine of a Russian.
So, talking about the UFC coming back tonight, do you think we're gonna see the other major leagues in this country come back this summer?
I have no idea.
I think
we're gonna see I know we're gonna see the MLS because there's European leagues that are starting to open up over there. Like
Bundesliga, that's a league to watch to see how it
goes.
That's
a top 4 league. Yeah,
I think
next
it's
May 16th.
Yeah, they're back.
And obviously no fans, but still, I mean, the way I see it is if these guys are testing negative,
why not?
Yeah, and no fans. I mean, and this will be a way to keep their nations a little more relaxed. You know, then these Europeans they will kill for their soccer. So if they can root on their
to play devil's advocate. I mean, they're saying that upwards of like 25% of people who have this virus may not show any symptoms.
But
if they're all tested,
they still they would still test
matter.
positive, right?
But I mean, does that mean that they're getting tested every day?
Yeah, because that's a great point. You can test negative on Sunday and test positive on Thursday.
Yeah,
you know,
go to the grocery store. I mean, it's not like they go.
What it all comes down to is the availability. I'm not gonna say that word.
Testing the availability of the test.
Yes, that's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
availability.
I'm not gonna try and say that word, but I think they're coming back. Oh, Jesse just fell down the stairs. That's awkward. Yeah, that's happened a few times down here in the basement, recording this podcast.
Yeah, slurring your words, falling down the stairs,
falling up the stairs.
For fuck's sake.
If they have the testing, they're gonna be back. There's no way that they just scrap
weekly testing. Is that what it's gonna? Is that what it's gonna have to be?
It's probably gonna have to be temperature checks every day, every time you come in, and yeah, I mean, weekly testing. Do they have that amount of testing?
Right.
But then the scary thing is,
seems like a waste
if a
of
guy
testing.
does test positive, Like, you can't just shut the league down at that rate. That's why I think it was really good to see that the UFC just went forward with things. Everybody else tested negative. Let's keep going. Because if one guy tests positive, you cannot shut down the whole league. You just can't.
No, I know. I mean, I feel like it would be such a disaster to have like the NBA to come out and be like, yeah, season's canceled. You know what I mean? They had 20 games left.
And I think if it happens, it's going to be because
with
of the players.
NHL.
It's going to be because of the players.
You think
they don't want?
There's been baseball players who came out and were like, we don't really want to do this.
Typical why I absolutely hate that sport. I hate the players. They're boring.
They want to take. They probably are saying that just because they're like enjoying their off time.
Baseball players saying that.
There was a couple that have come out and been like,
Mike Trout.
we don't really want to go play at neutral sites.
Yeah,
we don't want to risk it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to hold
that's
your?
the thing. The players are going to have to just face the facts that it's going to be an imperfect solution, and you're going to have to go for it. Do you want to get paid?
Especially baseball. Like basketball, I can almost understand. You're like up close and personal with everybody. You're rubbing bodies on everybody. Like,
yeah,
that's like. You know, if one person has it, it could spread like a wildfire.
Through the whole game, yeah.
Baseball, those douchebags are picking weeds out in the outfields. Like,
no, it's so.
Give me a break.
And so, if these seasons come back, well, another thing is, I think that we're going to see some of these sports, like you said, the Bundesliga is coming back, the UFC is going to come back. I think it's going to be easier to get these leagues back than we think. I think things are going to be relatively normal in a couple of months where it's not going to be that outrageous to have these guys be playing in empty stadiums with travel limited. Like, I mean, I'm not someone that's, out there in the streets, protesting the fucking stay-at-home advisory.
Oh, my God. Those are just hard to watch.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
We're going to have to come back.
Plandemic. Have you heard about the conspircy
of
Plandemic? That this was all planned by, like, the media and everything?
Yeah,
if you're blaming the media for this fire.
Well, I saw a tweet.
Shut up, dude.
I saw some tweet on Twitter that was like, if Hillary was president, you would have never even heard about the coronavirus.
That's kind of funny, but definitely not true.
I mean,
I get the frustration. I really do. But, I'm definitely not going to go out and, like... Not going to be any part of those idiots.
And that just shows how, once again, our country, it all has to come back to politics. We all have to make it about politics. Yeah. And people are out in the streets.
Dude.
Like, these people that are at the State House in Massachusetts, hey, it's your right to be out there. Good for you.
Yeah.
But you really think you being out there is going to do anything?
Right.
No. The stay-at-home advisory is until May 18th. Baker is not going to move that.
No. If you want to protest, go protest on the 17th so he doesn't extend it.
Exactly. That's what you should do. Don't go out there. He's not...
Yeah.
It would have way more of an impact if they did it right before the May 18th supposed when they're supposed to be lifted. Because if anything, you're just potentially getting yourself sick.
And you're just showing how naive and stupid you are. Sorry to get...
You're right. I mean,
get heated. That's good content.
Yeah. Yeah!
That's the most to say to me for heated today.
So if these seasons come back and they're played on like neutral sites where it's weird, so say the NBA comes back and they have a couple select like neutral site games where like everyone plays in Philly, everybody plays in Los Angeles, and it's something like that. Do you put an asterisk? I can't say that word either. Asterisk.
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 Right? It's an X at the end, isn't it?
No, it's a SK.
Asterisk.
Do you put that?
Asterisk.
Yeah, that's it.
What?
I can't say it either. So
ASTERISK.
Do you put that next to the winner
of the league with
I don't even know what we're talking
because
about
that's
anymore.
It's kind of equivalent in my eyes to a lockout shortened season.
Yeah, I would.
Most people don't have asterisks.
What about the home court though?
No, it's definitely weird. I mean, if these teams are agreeing to play, they know what.
I think it goes case by case too. Like if some like 7 or 8 seed wins, I think you have to put one there.
No,
if it's one,
I still think they earned it. I don't know. It's.
No, I absolutely get where you're coming from, but to me, it's like.
I mean, sure, fans will. I don't think there should be an official asterisk placed.
No, that's not what I'm
everyone's
asking.
Everyone's going to be labeling it like that, anyways.
That's pretty much what I'm asking.
All right,
whether you would.
I wouldn't personally because their punishment for being the 8 seed is playing the 1 seed enough.
Maybe not an official. But I'd probably put one on it. How could you not?
I mean, it's like it's
not like it's any other season.
For me, it's case by case. If the Bucks win, I'm not going to put it on the Bucks because they were the 1 seed. If it was the Bruins, I'm not going to put on the Bruins because they were the 1 seed.
Well, everyone's losing out on their home court games.
If the Celtics win the championship, I'm going to put a big fat one on them because it's been a long time since I've had a nice negative Celtics take, and it's refreshing. They're playing Philadelphia. Probably going to lose that series. There's a chance they're going to lose the Philly in the first round.
That's not.
No, they're not, RJ.
And if you get through that, you're going to go to Toronto, where you're going to lose.
No, we're not.
And if you get by that, then it's Milwaukee
and we're
on
gonna
the road,
beat them
and you're going to lose.
Milwaukee, I can see us losing too. Toronto and Philly. Shut up, dude.
The Celtics can't win in Toronto. They don't win in Toronto.
Okay, well, I think they
home
can.
court is extremely important.
Especially since there won't be any fans there.
Sure, am I being kind of an asshole with my Sixers over them take? Yes. But big fat asterisk. I can't say the word.
Just give up.
If you can't say the word, you can't put one on.
I'll practice.
Yeah.
So, The Last Dance. Jesse, have you enjoyed it? I know you're a basketball historian with all those old basketball stats.
I love seeing the old clips and the stats and the players. I've enjoyed it, man. We're in-depth documentary basically about the GOAT of basketball and the best teams of all time. I mean, whether you think it's the Warriors team, Celtics, or Lakers, but the Bulls, best team ever. They captured the whole world. Everyone's eyes were on them. This documentary is extremely well made. I'm loving every second of it.
What I've liked about it is I think when I saw the preview for it, the first episode, I thought they were just going to do that last season, but they've gone everywhere.
The way they go through the whole timeline.
It was way before our time, so it's like a history lesson.
Yeah, you're seeing it whether you know a little about it or not. You're seeing it all for the first time,
and it's pretty much Jordan's entire time there.
Yeah, absolutely. It is his entire time.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back and forth a little bit. Like last episode, I was a little confused by it, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought the Dennis Rodman episodes were awesome. I thought last week's episodes were great with the gambling and stuff.
Can't we just relate to Michael Jordan too? A little bit of an asshole, likes to gamble, doesn't really care what people think.
Yeah, I told Jesse,
wouldn't it be refreshing to have an athlete like him now?
Next time you're at a casino. And you just, because I've seen it before, and
you
go to that ATM after you lose the blackjack table. Remember, you don't have a gambling issue. You have a competition issue.
That's right, baby.
That's what it is.
So,
you know what I've liked about The Last Dance?
What?
The first 2 episodes. Because that's all that I've watched.
Good job doing your homework, like I said a week and a half ago.
You didn't tell me to do it for this episode.
You should be watching.
I mean, I asked you, but it's fine. You should watch them. They're great, even besides doing it for the show.
So far, for me, I like it more than most 30 for 30s I've seen. Maybe it's not as some 30 for 30s have that nice twist or controversy to them, but this is awesome.
I'll watch it.
Next episode, I saw that they're going to try and talk about how he goes to the place for the White Sox minor league.
Yeah, that's going to go into that.
So it'll be interesting to see if they say actually why he left. Michael Jordan left that season not because he wanted to go play baseball. It's because he had a secret suspension with David Stern in the league because of his gambling.
But what do you mean by his gambling?
He was.
You think he was gambling on the NBA?
His own games. He was gambling on NBA games, which you cannot do.
No. And
a story that I heard by somebody on the radio is he was playing golf with this guy played 18 holes. They're betting heavy amount of money. This is before a Bulls game. And
you're gonna want to listen to this one.
Yeah, it's a good story. He drank beers on beers, lost the 18 holes. And then he said, no, we're walking another 18, double or nothing. He lost again to this guy.
So he's down $100,000 or something more.
Who knows how much he's down by. So they walk off the course. He's probably got a good buzz going.
Yep.
And the guy goes, you're shot for tonight. You're not playing. He goes, double or nothing. I put up 30 plus in a win. He goes out the night, he puts up 46 in a win and wins his money
after
back.
Playing 36 holes, walking, drinking all day.
And just the stories he was
I did hear that he used to just fucking chief cigars before games.
Dude, you've seen it in the documentary.
He has them in after the game. Dude, it's something nobody does.
There's one clip where he's chilling in his hotel room, laying on the couch, just smoking a cigar.
Dude, I want to throw up after smoking half a cigar.
He's smoking them like cigarettes almost. Not completely, but pretty close. But back to what I was saying. The NBA launched an investigation into him right before he did that impromptu year retirement. And then right when he announced that retirement, they dropped it. And right around his dad had that suspicious death. I think there's just some sketchiness with all of it.
For those of you who don't know, his dad was shot dead.
And didn't get reported missing till 3 weeks later, something crazy like that. And one other thing I was going to say about the Jordan thing is I can't remember for some reason.
Well, I'll take it over here and play devil's advocate. That is, you do have some ground there on your little story. The other side of it would be that he was under intense media scrutiny, and he had been since he had come into the league.
But why go play baseball then? Why not go into hiding?
Well, that's a good point.
No, I get
but
what
it's
you're
his
saying.
competitive drive, and he just wanted to keep playing, and maybe he thought that going to play baseball would take him out of the limelight. But, I didn't even think of it. That's a really great
What I was going to say, actually, is that in that press conference where he announced his retirement, somebody asked him, are you going to come back? And he said, maybe in 5 years from now if David Stern lets me come back. Why would he say that? I think that's something that slipped. And I think for the better of the league...
the documentary is reporting all of this?
No.
This is like
these are
people...
conspiracies.
Okay,
There's articles
because I was going to say...
he produced it.
I heard that Jordan was the producer of this documentary.
There's still stuff in there that makes him look bad, so it's like he didn't hold back.
I've heard the next 2 episodes are going to make him look like a big asshole, like the fight with Steve
He is
Kerr.
kind of an asshole.
I mean...
you have to be, though, if you want to be like... like Mike.
He's kind of a bully.
Sure, if you want to be like
he's
an
kind
asshole.
of a bully.
Yeah, but like I said,
he's got to make
that's the difference.
Short, fat GM. Like
that guy, he almost deserved it,
guy
man.
Was
he
fucked
up that whole thing.
The second I saw that guy's face on the documentary, I was like, fuck.
That guy had the greatest basketball player of all time, and arguably the greatest dynasty, and he just wanted it to be done with.
Because he didn't like the disrespect he was getting.
Because he always, whenever that guy got on the mic, he would have to say, it's not about just the team.
It's not the players. It's an organizational thing.
It starts all the way from the top.
And he's like, this organization is special. Yeah, the players go out and play. But it really starts in the front office.
He had little man syndrome. Is what it was.
Clearly.
Okay, but it's not like the owner of the team couldn't have been like, Jerry, shut up.
The
like,
owner had a
Michael.
Relationship with the players, and he would advise them things like when the owner told Scotty not to sign that contract.
Yeah, he still did, and then came back.
Scotty,
I have another issue with Scotty Pippen. We don't have to get into that.
Yeah, man, Jerry Krause, he fucked it all up before the '98 season.
Yeah.
So that team probably could have won another 2
I gotta get caught up on that. I don't know.
So did that last year where they won in '98? Did he play the next year and then he retired?
No,
he was done.
Yep,
he left.
He was not playing without Phil Jackson.
Didn't
Phil Jackson went to LA? What?
Did Pippen lose?
I'm not sure if Pippen stayed for 1 year, because I know in the '99-2000 season, Pippen was playing for this awesome, one of my favorite teams of all time. He was playing for the Blazers. And they ended up losing to the Lakers in 7 games in the Western Conference Finals.
Was that with Barkley?
No, they had it was with young Rasheed Wallace. They had Damon Stoudemire. They had Scottie Pippen. They had
did not know if Rasheed Wallace played for the
and
Blazers.
They had Sabonis' father, who would have been a top 10 center all time if he had come to the NBA from Europe, not in his late 30s. That dude was a 7'2" beast, best passing center ever.
Did Pippen play for the Rockets at one point?
Nope.
No?
Not that I know of.
I heard something on Twitter that there was some type of beef when Pippen played summer with Barkley and did not like Barkley. You sure? I think Pippen played 1 year for Houston.
He could have, maybe.
Look it up. But yeah, I've read some tweet and that apparently like they had beef, and then apparently like Michael Jordan, that guy can hold a grudge. Like him and Barkley were close, and like him keeping Isaiah Thomas off the Dream Team was pretty funny.
Him and Barkley are alright.
Not anymore, because Barkley like criticized Jordan for his being executive for the Hornets, and Jordan did not take that. They really don't talk anymore.
Oh,
he was on Scott Van Pelt literally last Sunday, right after
Jordan or
Barkley.
Yeah,
and he said that
when Pippen left the Bulls in '99, he went to the Rockets,
and then probably just for 1 year. Then
I think it was
Blazers.
And then it was and then he was done, right?
I think he finished his career in the Blazers. I
think
he might have played for the Celtics for some amount of time.
Did you know that he made more money than Michael over his career?
Who, Pippen?
Yeah.
What? How?
People talk about how he like got screwed in that contract, but like even after once he left Chicago, wherever he signed a big deal with, like he got like over the course of his professional
just
career,
salary based,
just salary. He made more than Michael.
That's because a lot of those early years, he came in 85, like 85 to 90, probably making like $1 million a year, if that.
I can't imagine like the revenue for the league would be that great in the 80s.
No.
Yeah.
Because in the league really long. I mean,
mid-late 80s, it was going up, but Michael Jordan took the NBA just to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, but
it's not what it is today without him.
I think Bird and Magic took it to
they
like
started it,
I think
and
that
Jordan
rivalry
ran
helped
with it
a lot.
Yeah,
and then I think Jordan just took it to the next level because he's like the face of the league.
Like, maybe they did what they had to do within the United States. Jordan made the NBA global. That's really the difference.
Speaking of 30 for 30s, remember the Catching Hell one with Steve Bartman?
Yep.
That was good. I watched that recently. Really good.
You rewatched it?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
You should know what people say. This is kind of something off topic I have about, like, phones, how they can listen to you almost what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, and then you'll see something in your search.
I was watching that documentary by myself 3 weeks ago, and I go on Facebook to, like, search something, and I type in, like, S, and the first thing that comes up on the search thing for Facebook was this Forgetting Steve Bartman page. And I've never been on that page before.
Big brother, man.
And I was, like,
listening.
so freaked out. I go, okay. Like, I'd heard that before about doing it, but, like, to really have it happen to me, I was like, what the fuck was that?
Sure, yeah. If we started talking about, like, fucking kayaks right now, I'm sure by the end of the episode, if I went on Instagram, I would have a kayak ad.
Yep.
Because you know what's funny? You know, I've been fishing a lot the last few weeks. Every single social media, I have these lure ads all over my social media.
Have you been searching, like, fishing poles?
No, just on Safari. I have searched once, like, fishing videos, but
I wouldn't put it by
if that's
the
case,
listening.
then thanks, Big Brother, for listening, you know.
Why?
Sure.
Why would we want to thank him for that?
Because we wanted people to listen to this, don't we?
Oh, true. That is true.
I'll take one more viewer, even if it's the U.S. government.
Another thing is the whole... Remember, like, 2 weeks ago, Kim Jong-un was supposed to be dead?
Yeah.
I knew that was a fucking hoax.
And now what? He's, like, apparently alive, like, with, like, 2,000 chicks or something? Like, that country is so... I don't even know what it's probably like in there. But this dude, like, fake his death? And then he's, like, just hanging out.
No, because, I mean, he wasn't doing very well.
They said he was brain dead from surgery.
Yeah, and then he's just, like...
Now he's, like,
getting laid.
again.
Yeah, getting laid.
I think every
still
class,
be
if they want to teach
all
North Korean history, every middle school class should just show the interview to their students.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
You guys got anything off topic you want to get to?
Go ahead, Jesse. You got anything?
Andy, go ahead. You got anything?
I just want to give my man Lucas Monaco a big shout out because he's been fucking bugging me about it.
Yeah,
and,
you guys give a lot of people shout outs.
No, we don't. This is the first one I've ever done.
No, you gave your boy Zach something.
Zach Gerard.
And this guy gives his uncle, who's a Bills fan, a shout out every episode.
You got any friends that you want to give a shout out to? Or
no,
what?
not at all.
No?
No.
You don't want to say hi to Mom?
Hey,
she's
Mom.
listening.
She's probably listening. Hi, Mom.
What's up, Betsy?
Thanks
Hey,
for
Betsy.
dinner. Yeah. All right, that got weird. Anything else you guys want to get to? You want to get out of here? Fights are going to be starting.
Yeah, I want to
soon.
get up there and have some drinks and watch some fights.
Yep,
Make some
food.
bets.
Yes.
Make some bets.
Yes.
We're getting
Maybe
you
Andy
gamble
can
tonight.
cook us
Betting
some
on-
dinner.
Hey, I'll cook you something up. I'm betting on Hector
Not to put you on the
Zeroni.
spot.
Hector who?
Hector Zeroni?
I don't think he's fighting tonight, but I'll have to check. Okay, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week. Be safe out there.
Peace.
See you guys.